Man's conquest of space began in earnest at the turn of the 21st century with the invention of the warp drive. It was the dawn of a new era of space exploration and a war of alien races. The year was 2009. Territorial disputes between humans and the Romulans have escalated into the Romulan War. The Terran Defense Force space fleet is essentially in control of space around the Romulan homeworld, but the war is far from over. Heavy resistance by Romulan fortifications known as citadels has brought TDF ground forces to the brink of defeat. On a battlefield where retreat is not an option, unknown soldiers fight on. This is A Boy and His Dogs. We're playing Gigantic Army. It is a mech side-scrolling game. What we just watched was the intro that you see every time you start the game. Alright. Gonna play this on normal. So you can choose a main weapon and a special weapon. For our main weapon, I'm going to choose the UGM grenade gun, and then we're going to stick with the MG88 missile pod for our special weapon. February 25th, 2009. The journey over wasn't bad, but this is where things get hairy. We just settled in orbit over Romulan. February 27th, 2009. We made the trip from orbit to planet side by dropship. Somehow we made it through a hailstorm of enemy anti-aircraft fire and docked safely at our base on the front line of the Romulan War. The atmosphere here on Romulan is jaundiced yellow. The blue skies of Earth are a long way away now. It's been a hell of a welcome to my new home. February 28th, 2009. Just realized I need to write an introduction for this thing. I'm a field engineer and part of the last reinforcements sent from Earth to Romulan. I won't see actual combat, but this file will be my record of life here on the ground on Romulan. I won't be sharing or transmitting the data, so you need not to worry about IntelSec. Screw you guys. I've been assigned to maintenance for ground troops MCRs. Yeah, that's right, ground troops commonly known as the lowest of the low of the TDF forces. Can't say I've ever made the distinction, though, and we seem to get along just fine. March 1st. The first orders of my new posting just arrived. We're to gear up for an attack against some kind of heavy Romulan fortifications called citadels. It's going to be a big one. Planet-wide and even Air Force gunships are going to be taking part in the occasion. Ground troops will provide covering fire for inbound Air Force assault command ships. So why the heck would the TDF send command ships in a Romulan-controlled airspace? They'll draw enemy fire like iron filings to an electromagnet. They're a diversion, of course, which means the ground troops laying down their lives to provide support will be just a diversion too. March 3rd. The mission clock just started. We officially go. My job is done now, so I get to stand here and listen to the growing din of the startup cycles of the MCRs I spent the last 38 hours servicing. Alright, that's a lot of talking. Let's go shoot some stuff. Alright, so we have a shield, we have our normal fire, we have our special fire, which I'm going to save, and we have jump. And with jump, you can click and hold, and it'll give you a hover boost. And down at the bottom when you're using your hover boost, you can see Vernier, that's your charge. So the mech really does feel heavy in this game, which is cool. You're fast enough, but it definitely feels like a mech game. Let's get some power-ups from these green boxes. So you can rotate your weapon all the way around 360 without jumping. Oh. So you don't have to jump to attack higher enemies. Come back here. And you do have a timer. If you don't beat the level within a certain time, your health will start going down and you'll die. So some of these power-ups you get will give you extra time. Yeah, lots of points. Alright. I think we're about to encounter our first boss. Alright. We're going to use our special. Use a couple of those. Alright. Gonna focus on this central area here. The enemy does have a health counter, which you can see in the bottom right. So this guy is almost dead. You can find power-ups in these green boxes sometimes. So I don't know what the deal is with the timer. I don't know if like part of the story is that the atmosphere will like corrode your mech or something and you'll die. That's why you gotta hurry. I'm not exactly sure. Power up. Just mowing through these guys. Almost to the second boss of the first level. There we go. Alright, there's 2 targets. You have to kind of get underneath their feet. Watch out for the mines that this boss will send at you on the floor there. Okay, I'm gonna use my special. Alright, there's one other side here that you have to go attack. Did not notice that mine. Stop moving! Alright, he's almost dead. Alright, well thank y'all for watching. That's the first level. We'll pick up at level 2.